Sometimes a single act of kindness is enough to change a life forever. This is the story of how believing in someone can change not just their life, but maybe yours too. Our story begins long ago in a village near Delhi. Our protagonist, Rajesh, is a 15-year-old boy whose life changes dramatically when he loses his father. His father had been a small businessman and the sole provider for the family. Now they have no one to take care of them, and they start piling up debts. His mother, unable to cope with the situation, passes away soon after. And so now Rajesh finds himself all alone. But being an obedient son, he clings on to his promise made to his father, and that is to become a doctor. Rajesh was a brilliant student in school, but because of his family's financial situation, he is forced to drop out and get a job in a factory. However, despite working long hours, he manages to save some money, and with this, he goes to apply for admission in a school, but he is rejected since he owes the school 35,000 rupees. So now, Rajesh works at a tea stall while continuing to study under the most brutal conditions imaginable. Finally, he appears for the exam and fails by 2 marks. But even after failing the exam, he does not lose hope, and he prepares for the next one. But sadly, he ends up failing again, this time by just 1 mark. Unable to bear the disappointment, he decides to give up on his dreams. Devastated by his failure, he thinks to himself, "I'm a complete failure. What's the point of trying any harder?" Determined to put an end to his suffering, he sets out on a journey to a faraway city where he has never been before. All he knows is that there is a big hospital there that might be able to help him. After walking for days without food, he collapses on the platform of a train station. Just then, a kind-hearted woman approaches him and offers to buy him food. Rajesh refuses, saying that he doesn't have the money to pay her back, but she insists, telling him that she will wait until he gets a job, and then he can pay her back. Touched by her generosity, Rajesh accepts her offer and eats the food. Afterwards, he tells her about his difficult journey and his failed attempts at becoming a doctor. The woman listens patiently, and when Rajesh finishes his story, she asks him for his address, saying that she might be able to help him. Rajesh gives her the address without any hope, since he knows that he owes her money and is unable to give her anything else. She pays him back the money and hands him over 100 rupees, wishing him good luck and telling him to keep trying. For a few days, Rajesh felt inspired by the woman's kindness, and he started studying hard again. However, soon enough, the reality of his situation sunk in once more, and he fell into despair. A few weeks pass, and Rajesh is about to leave the city, in search of a new hope, when suddenly, he receives a letter with a check for 25,000 rupees. Excited, he runs towards the post office, but sadly, it turns out that the check is only valid for 10 days. Rajesh thinks that the woman might have sent him the money, so he rushes back to the station to find her. Unfortunately, he finds out that she has already left, and so he starts searching for her everywhere, but he cannot find her anywhere. However, something amazing happens. While he's distributing pamphlets, one of the doctors from the hospital he was hoping to get into sees him and asks him why he isn't pursuing his studies. When Rajesh tells him his story, the doctor feels sorry for him and offers to pay for his coaching if he is willing to come and work part-time at the hospital. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Rajesh agrees and starts working at the hospital. Thanks to the doctor's help, he manages to join a good coaching institute and finally appears for the exam again. Miraculously, he ranks 47th out of 200,000 students and manages to get into a prestigious medical college. Determined to make the most of this opportunity, Rajesh works extremely hard and eventually becomes a successful cardiologist. During his career, he performs open-heart surgeries on more than 20,000 patients and saves countless lives. Inspired by the kindness of the woman who changed his life, he establishes the Kamala Devi Foundation to give back to society. Through this foundation, he provides free medical treatment to more than 2 million people and sponsors the education of more than 50,000 underprivileged children. Years later, during an event at the foundation, Rajesh is giving out awards to underprivileged children who have excelled in their exams. Suddenly, he sees a familiar face in the crowd, and his eyes light up with recognition. It is the woman who had helped him so many years ago. He rushes to her and expresses his gratitude, telling her that he would not have been able to do any of this if it wasn't for her. Surprised and touched by his words, she responds by saying that she only did what she could and that he should not be thanking her. Rajesh insists, though, and honors her with the Mother Teresa Award for her outstanding contribution to society. As the event comes to an end, Rajesh looks back at the journey that brought him here. He remembers the dark days when he was struggling to make ends meet and how he almost gave up on his dream. Then he remembers the woman who believed in him when no one else did and gave him the support he needed to succeed. He realizes that it was her faith in him that gave him the strength to keep going and ultimately change his life. In the years that follow, Rajesh continues to work tirelessly to help underprivileged children fulfill their potential. He also makes sure to keep in touch with the woman who inspired him to make a difference in the world. Whenever he feels low, he pulls out the 100 rupee note she gave him so many years ago and remembers the values of kindness, compassion, and perseverance that she represented. The impact of the woman's simple act of kindness ripples across generations as she unknowingly inspires not only Rajesh, but also the children he mentors to become compassionate and empathetic human beings. And so, the story of Rajesh serves as a reminder that sometimes all it takes is one person to believe in you to change your life forever. Now let's think about the moral of the story. Do you think Rajesh would have become a doctor if it wasn't for the woman's kindness? Why or why not? Share your thoughts below. If you liked this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you want to hear more stories like this, subscribe to our channel. We will see you next time.